Korn, Clown, 6-string, standard tuning method, guitar tabs, and guitar lesson. I want to play through all the different parts right at the beginning. After that, I'll go back through and give the full explanation for it all. Do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to let me know you like this video and want to see more Korn stuff like this. And now let's give it a try. Okay, just to repeat, this is a 6-string standard tuning interpretation for this song. Alright, of course they're in their drop A's with their 7 strings, all that good stuff, but this is for everyone else that wants to try a different method. Works pretty well, I think, because we're just kind of basically flipping and compounding some strings here, and it sounds pretty close. So, this initial section, we're just going to start with some palm muted, just open E and A strings. Then we just hit first fret on the E and A a couple times, come back off to open. It's kind of a quick little succession here. Okay, something like that. That's about how fast we want. All right, and then we just come down and do this bend now, and we'll do it at the 3 on the G here, and we'll bend it, and we'll hit the open B under it so that we kind of get that gradual unison bend, something like that. All right, and we just repeat that, and at the very last one, basically we just kind of take that bend and maybe slow it down a little bit and just carry it out. And for the second part of the intro, it's kind of the big power chorded what's happening in the verse basically, and it's just this real kind of close, almost chromatic thing happening. And like I said, we're going to use some compounded chords here just to give it that bigger sound to compensate for the lack of the drop tuning, you know. So we want this C power chord, so we got the 3A, 5 on the D and G, and then we're going to add that 3 on the E with it to give it that extra low octave to compound it here. So basically we're going to hit that, keep that same chord shape, hit it, slide it up to 4s and 6s for a couple, drop down to the 2s and 4s, hit that, slide it up, hit a couple 3s and 5s. All right, and we're just going to crank that out twice, just like that. All right, and at the final time here, we do our 3s and 5s, slid up to 4s and 6s, and just drop it down to the 2s and 4s. In this next section, it's basically the same thing we just did, but we're just palm muting, incorporating some of that now. So it's basically we slide into our 3s to 4s, kind of palm mute, and then, you know, slide to the 2s and 3s, palm mute. So we're going. All right, so we're just kind of like interlacing this palm muting with it now, and then, you know, just finishing it the same way, the 3s, 5s to 4s and 6s, up to 2s and 4s. And into the verse, we basically just take that intro riff and just, you know, bring it down to a single string thing. So we'll just do it here at the the A string, and it's the same deal, sliding 3 up to 4s, then 2s to 3s, repeating that, doing the 3s to 4s to 2. All right, going through that whole thing 3 times, and at the final time through, we do the 3s up to 4s, 2s up to 3s, and then we finish it at this end of this 4th time by doing power chords. It's like an F sharp power chord at the 2, E, 4 on the A and D. We just hit that a couple times, drop it down on the fret to the F at the 1 and 3s. Okay, just a way to cap it off at the final time through. And the second guitar over the verse is doing this high muted thing, and it's just kind of almost doing the same thing, just in a different spot now. So, we're up here at the 13 on the B for that C, that super high C, and we're just going 13 to 14s, and then the 12 to 13s, and we're kind of muting it too, so it's this real like plucky thing happening. All right, and we're just cruising through that a couple times. All right, and then we do our 13, 14, and then we do this dissonant one with the 15, G, 12 on the B. And with that one, we kind of let off the muting and just let it ring. And with the chorus, we get real big again, and we want this really big, open, compounded A power chord. So, we'll just do an open A power chord at the 2 on the D and G with the open A there, and then we're going to add that open low E with it. Okay, get a real big sounding. So we strum there, kind of hold it a sec, and then we do a few more strums. All right, and now we do a big chromatic dissension with that same compounded power chord shape. We got our 4s on the E and A, 6s on the D and G. Hit it, slide it down, strum a couple 3s, slide that down, strum a couple 2s and 4s here, and then just strum that down to the 1 and 3s for 1. And then just repeat it. For the bridge section here, we come off to some muted open E and A strings here, and it's kind of a real kind of distinct pattern. Here we go. We hit them once, hold a sec, couple more strums, okay, like that, and then we're going to do a bend at 12 on the B. All right, we kind of bend it up to the peak and then just cut it. All right, and then we do 3 strums of the open E and A, and then do the bend again. Repeat that whole thing, and at the end of the second time through, we just finish it by a little power chord chromatic thing. We go drop all the way down to the 1s on the E and A with the 3 on the D and G, and it's just kind of a hit it there, bring it up to the 2s and 4s, hit it there.